The pillows are fluffed thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough, join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Bert's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Oh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.
Hey. That was such a funny face. Hello, Sofa Squad. Thank you, Kim, for becoming a member. I do appreciate ya. If y'all could pretty please, ASMR, pretty please, drop a number 1. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Trex. Thank you, Crystal. I hope everybody is fine. Everybody is lovely. Hello, Miss Sandy. How are you? Hello, everybody. Y'all, welcome the mods to the old sofa. I appreciate y'all being here and holding it down and keeping the cushions fluffed. And thank you, Sofa Squad, for being here. I have missed y'all thoroughly. So, y'all, as you know or you don't know, I've been moving. I'm semi-moved in. The new room's behind me. If you've been following, I've been putting the little videos of Patreon of painting and all that kind of stuff, but it's now the sun has set, so it's dark back there. So yeah, so that's what's been going on. So we've been busy doing that and moving and getting settled in. I got my bed here today and it's just been crazy, right? But I'm super excited to be here. Oh my gosh, it's like finally all coming together. So this whole last year has just been crazy, right? So there's that. Yeah, I know, right? I need to get like some cool lights back there and all that. I'm gonna get a new sofa. You can't see it right now, but I'm just gonna point. That's the blue sofa you're used to seeing, and then like the YouTube plaque and Roscoe, all that, until I get a new Sofa Squad sofa, if that makes sense. So yeah, but I'll record a couple of videos tomorrow for next week, so it'll be in there. But yeah, hey Donna, thanks. Yeah, it's super comfortable. Once my stuff gets here, which will be this weekend, I mean, some of it's here, but it's not like, you know, whatever. Like we went and got the bed and a chair today because I was like, I can't do the air mattress. So there's that. But I wanted to come on here. Earlier we tested out, I did a quick little members chat just to test everything out and whatnot, just to see how the internet's working in here, et cetera, et cetera. So it seems to be going fine. So what I want to do is just go over some quick case updates today. Now, a couple of things real quick. So as far as like streaming trials go, at the end of this month, I forgot her name. Oh my gosh. Sarah Hartfield. Sorry, there it is. Sarah Hartfield is a case out of Texas. It's crazy. It's wild. Probably a lot of you have probably heard of it. Hey, Dwayne, but it's kind of gone to the background. Well, it's coming up now. On September 29th, she is going to I don't know how you say it, she's going to trial, she's doing jury selection, she's doing all that. They had a hearing recently, and I'm talking like maybe last week or whatever, about having cameras, and there's some weird situation with that courtroom and this judge. And I don't know if they're going to stream it or air it like on camera now. That was going to be the next case that we stream together. If that falls through, that's fine. We will be doing Brian Walsh in October if he survives. Okay. come on, right? And he's gonna be one that we're gonna go talk about today. So so yeah, oh hey, Lost Ronan, you're driving by to Amazon, man. Woohoo! Thanks for delivering our packages, Lost Ronan. We appreciate it. So let's go ahead and start with Brian, because that's gonna be the net. That very well could be the case that we stream next if this one falls through. And so Brian, where is he? Here he is. So Brian Walsh, y'all, this is going to literally be another, what was his name? Anthony Tott, Nick Casotis, like this level of turned upness. Okay. So Brian, this is in Massachusetts. He dismembered his wife. He did a horrible crime, but there's been all of this over the top drama that went around with it. Well, recently he was assaulted. So I just want to kind of go through this article real quick and read it and see what happened. So it says, and this is the New York Post, and it says Walsh was assaulted inside a housing unit at a correctional center just before 10 p.m. The sheriff's office didn't identify Walsh as a victim, but his lawyer, Larry Tipton, confirmed to Massive.com that Walsh was stabbed. Walsh was taken to the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston for treatment and returned to the jail overnight. The sheriff's office said in a statement to Fox Digital News. The other individual involved was subdued by officers and a makeshift blunt instrument was recovered, the statement said. The incident is being investigated. He's accused of killing and dismembering his wife, Anna, in January of 2023. He's scheduled to go to trial in October. Anna Walsh, a mother of 3 young children and a real estate professional who worked in Washington, disappeared in New Year's Day 2023 and was reported missing a few days later. Her body's never been recovered. He was captured on, wait for it, not Walmart, but the next one, Home Depot surveillance video buying various items, including 3 mops, brushes, 2 splash-resistant goggles, and a utility knife. I mean, come on. Investigators believe he used the items to dispose of his wife's body. God bless her. My God, can you imagine with a knife? During the search for Anna, investigators found a hacksaw, with a small bone fragment and a dumpster. See, I forgot about all this stuff. So much drama surrounded him with like the letters and his dad and all this crazy stuff. And this was across the street from Walsh's mother's house. Okay, let's read that one more time. They found a hacksaw with small bone fragment and a dumpster across the street from Walsh's mother's house. Here's my thing with that. Okay, so like say suspend. Let me mute that. Hold on. Mute. Okay, sorry. I was trying to mute the other screen. Suspend reality for a second to get where we've killed the person, we've dismembered them. Okay, that's where we're suspended reality right now. Why on earth at that point would you say, I'm going to go toss the hacksaw and a dumpster across the street from a family member's house? This is the disconnect that I don't get. He was on the bracelet. So he was probably like, well, I don't want to break any rules. I don't want to break any rules. I can only go across the street to this dumpster. That's just the part about some of these that it blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. Now, here's the thing. Okay, Turtle Boy spoke to him when he was locked up with him, and he said he was soft-spoken and kept himself. Oh, that's so creepy. So here's the other thing too with Brian Walsh. This goes for anyone like him. Brian Koberger, Chris Watt, this whole flavor, right? Who I would imagine that he's like a target. I mean, number one, for what he did, but number two, simply because it's like the infamy of it, the notoriety of it. And I mean, my take on it is while he's waiting trial in jail, they're going to try and protect him more, meaning the cops and stuff like that, just because it's more like their jobs and like we got to get him to trial, as opposed to you're sentenced, you're off to the big house, whatever's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Where they're kind of putting him out there, this, that, and the other. Wait, hold on. Okay, there. So yeah, so that's going to be in October. In fact, hold on one second. Please hold. Brian Walsh trial. I said, hey, welcome to the Sofa Squad. Okay. Date. Where is this? Okay, hold on. I want to just read this real quick and see. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. Yeah, we want to read more. Please hold. Your call is important. I did the trial. Okay. Yep. Yep. Let's get to the real tea. October 20th. So the end of October. Okay. So there's that. Now, let's go over here to this one. Okay, because I'm about to die where it is now. Okay. Please hold. Shoobity doop 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 doop. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody has a good week ahead of them. Okay, where is the next thing I wanted to look at? Oh, Chrissy, it's so good to see you. I hope you're doing okay, Chrissy. Wait, where'd you go? Oh, let's do the letters to Chad last. What do y'all think? Because that one's gonna be like good. You know what I'm saying? Super cringe. I hope you're doing well, Chrissy. It's good seeing your name. Oh, let's do this one next. Okay. Laken Snelling. Okay, let's read a couple of articles. So Laken is the most recent cheerleader, and this is sad that I'm saying this. We're covering 2 cheerleader girls tonight. But she's the latest cheerleader who looks like she killed her baby. So this is out of Kentucky. Let's just go into it. So let's talk about this article here. It's autopsy results. And this is from US Weekly. And this is talking about a pathologist is explaining like the unsubstantiated findings or whatever. So I'm just going to go through this to kind of update us on the case, and then we'll get more into like the couple of articles on it. So it says the expert pathologist helped explain the inconclusive autopsy results, resolving the death of former University of Kentucky competitive cheerleading Laken Snelling's baby. The death of Snelling's infant, who was found stuffed into a trash bag in Snelling's closet last week, was ruled inconclusive, and extensive microscopic analysis are essential to determine the cause, manner of death, according to a report from the Fayette County Coroner's Office. Dr. Morcello, a professor of pathology at Yale of Medicine who is not involved in the coroner's investigation, told NBC that the results were absolutely routine, but explained that the infant's body likely showed no signs of visible harm. It's more likely that they did not see nothing, and they suspect something that would not show a grossly visible wound or pathology. That's more likely. In a statement, Fayette County Coroner Gary Jen said he understands the community's concern and sensitivity surrounding the death of a child. The death affects many lives in our neighboring state of Tennessee, as well as those in Commonwealth. Jen continued, we are currently conducting a thorough methodical death investigation to ensure all facts are carefully considered. Now, here's the other thing. Where'd this other article go on her? Letter, attorneys. Wait, where was this other one? Hold on, y'all. There's another one I have pulled up. Oh, thank you, Dwayne, for being a member for so long. I do appreciate you. Okay, Laken. There's a thing over here. Okay, here we go. This is what it is. Please hold. Okay. Police records reveal what happened after finding baby in ex-UK, not United Kingdom, UK student's closet. Cold to the touch, it quotes. Investigators remain tight-lipped following the arrest of a former University of Kentucky student athlete after a baby was found in the closet of her Park Avenue home. The arrest of the 21-year-old captured nationwide attention, yet it has left the community with more questions than answers. Okay, so Fox 56 obtained the Lexington Police Department's incident reports to fill the gaps. It was just after 10:30 a.m. on Wednesday, August 27th, when the initial 911 call was placed. The report showed that dispatch received the call at 10:34 a.m. The caller's name and phone number have been redacted. Complainant just found a dead baby in a closet. It is cold to the touch, the dispatcher noted. One thing we know is that a third party called the police or called 911 saying that they had found this baby. An arrest citation states that the infant was wrapped in a towel and placed in a black trash bag, which was found in the closet. The death, of course, is inconclusive right now. And then it just goes into them talking about, with the inconclusive, everybody wants to know, of course, when was the baby born? How did he die? How long had he been deceased? All this. And then they quote, it's hard to tell on time, but likely at least more than a few hours. This is part of the criteria for not starting CPR, obvious signs of death. So they're saying the baby, that's why they didn't do that. The log shows that fire crews arrived on the scene in less than a minute, and police followed around 7 minutes later. The fire department's going to dispatch what they need, and they send what they need and then send home what they don't. That's sort of protocol. For police, it's a little different. As the police have a crime scene, you need several officers to set that up. They may need to close a street, they may just need to set up a perimeter, and they may need to do a neighborhood investigation as well, Evans explained. It doesn't appear that Snelling was home when police arrived, Evans said. Based on the report, she was located after 11 a.m. So pause there for a second. Okay, y'all, has anybody gotten tea from any other channels? Like, do we know who found the baby? Can you imagine? Because I don't know who it was. I'm imagining maybe a roommate situation. But then how would they have found it? Yeah, do we know who this is? Because now it was her roommate. Can you imagine? Hold on, I'm gonna mute you for a second. I have so many questions. Like, what tipped the roommate off? Like, why was she in her closet? Because it had to be. Okay, I have so many questions. The housemaid. Okay, so the baby couldn't have been just like, it was obviously in a plastic trash bag, right? The baby couldn't be just like out in the open. So like, what was the roommate doing in the closet? Or maybe it was like, hey, can I borrow this? Oh, Tori brings up a good point. Maybe the roommate smelled something. I heard the housemate's dog was acting sus, Sandy says. Oh, I don't know. Oh, thank you, Elaine, for gifting 10 memberships. That's really sweet of you. I appreciate it. Okay, so Shayna says, I heard roommates and that she had gone to class after the baby. Oh, wait a second. So we're talking about this just happened. Okay, in my mind, I was thinking that the baby had been deceased for like a minute. Now, obviously, we know it was, relatively newborn. But I'm thinking, like it had been like a few weeks. So, okay. Shayna says they said she looked pregnant and then not pregnant, and they were looking suspicious. They looked around. Can you imagine? So here's the other thing too. There's a couple of things that came out where she dressed up for Halloween as a pregnant person. Something like that. And then there was another of her posing. Well, where is it? I got it right here. Hold on. That's Alexis. There we go. Yeah, attorneys don't. Well, we'll get back to this. I forgot that I pulled this up for y'all. She had posed for pictures and stuff like that were like kind of cringy, like in the way of like this type situation or whatever. Yeah, Trinity says they all put these babies in trash bags. I know, right? Because we're getting ready after this. We'll go ahead and talk about Alexee and her stuff going on, which has been years. Hers, I'm actually nervous that because I feel like, well, we'll read the thing. So let's go ahead and talk about Alexee Trevizo, and then we'll come back. Okay, so pardon me. Let me pull her up. Okay, so we're moving on to another cheerleader who put her baby in the garbage, but this is at the hospital. Okay, now this has gone on for a while. Okay, so Alexee Trevizo was 19. She gave birth to a baby boy on January 27th, 2023 in a bathroom at a New Mexico hospital. This is during an emergency room visit, and then she put the baby in the trash can, like in the bathroom there. Okay, so an autopsy determined the baby was breathing outside the womb, and Trevizo was charged with murder. Then, and it says crucial evidence is now inadmissible under doctor-patient privilege. And it's that right there that makes me nervous that she could get away with this. Trevizo's lawyer filed a wrongful death lawsuit, though, on behalf of the dead newborn's estate, arguing that Trevizo was given drugs not recommended for pregnant women by the hospital. So, yeah, there's a lot going on there. Now, I don't know if y'all followed this from the beginning, but when this popped off, y'all, the footage from y'all, I cannot. Okay. I mean, she is, first of all, she's very obviously pregnant. Okay. Like it was obvious. Okay. Her pictures and her cheerleader uniform, the whole 9 yards. So at the hospital, she's running, practically squeezing her legs together. But then she does that. They have to go get her out of the bathroom. Place is covered in blood, the bathroom, like the bathroom in the hallway or whatever. And so she goes back to the room, and then when they come in and they're basically like, look, we found a dead baby in the garbage can and her mom's in there. It's shocking. It's just, you're like, what? And she's like, oh my God. My take on that was this. And again, I don't know these young ladies who are doing this, like obviously in that frame of mind, whatever. But there seems to be a trend of like this fear of the mother, right? Alexee seemed to have this like super sheltered fear of her. Skylar, I can't remember her last name. This was years ago. She did this. She ended up just getting convicted of messing with a corpse. She didn't get convicted with a murder, and then I actually talked to somebody, I won't go into extreme details, that lives in that town, and kind of gave me tea on the mother-daughter relationship between those, and it was like just what everybody thought. And so I'm very curious with Laken if this is the direction we're headed in as well. Now it sounds like she was off at college or whatever. I mean, giving birth, putting the baby in a trash bag in your closet, and then going to school, I don't know. So let me finish. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. Let me finish reading this. Okay, so back to Alexee. So the New Mexico hospital where a high school cheerleader secretly gave birth and put her newborn in the garbage is being sued for wrongful death. Alexee gave birth in a bathroom at the hospital January 27th, 2023, approximately 2 hours after arriving to the emergency room and complaining of back pain. Scared me to death. Hold on, y'all. I'm talking. It scared me. I don't know if y'all heard that, but an ad popped up on me. 4 months later, Trevizo, hold on. The newborn body was discovered in the trash a short time later. She gave birth during the 17 minutes she was in the bathroom, but that the baby was stillborn. That's what she claimed. 4 months later, Trevizo was arrested, charged with first-degree murder after an autopsy determined that the child, named Alex Ray Fierro, had been breathing outside the womb. The lawyer representing Trevizo is not only defending his client against the charge, but has also filed a wrongful death complaint in civil court on behalf of the deceased baby's estate, seeking damages from the hospital. Trevizo's attending physician, Dr. Heather Marshall Vasquez, and emergency room staff members who attended to the teenager. Trevizo told staff that she was not pregnant and on her period upon arriving at the hospital, according to a copy of the civil complaint obtained by People. The doctor on duty then ordered medications that the complaint alleges have warnings regarding use if the patient is pregnant. Meanwhile, a test run by hospital staff revealed Trevizo was pregnant, but per the complaint, Trevizo had not yet learned this when she told a nurse she had to use the bathroom. A timeline of the bathroom trip is included in the arrest affidavit, which states that Trevizo first entered the bathroom at 1:39 a.m. and remained there for 18 minutes, leaving only when hospital staff threatened to open the door. As Trevizo returned to her hospital room to receive an ultrasound, a member of the cleaning crew was called to the bathroom, where they found a large amount of blood. When the cleaner went to take out the trash, she thought it was much heavier than usual. But when she looked inside, and she found a trash bag tied up underneath the other trash. The housekeeper then saw what she thought was a baby and immediately called in nurses. Per a brief filed by the state of New Mexico, staff called police, and Dr. Vasquez addressed the situation with Trevizo, saying, "We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom." Trevizo then allegedly said, "I'm sorry, it came out of me. I didn't know what to do." The nurse informed Trevizo and her mother that the baby appeared to be full term. Per the brief, prompting Trevizo to allegedly exclaim, "Nothing was crying." On questioning from her mother, per the brief, Trevizo allegedly admitted that she placed the newborn in the trash bag. Trevizo was allowed to go home and continue with her school year. not to mention her prom. The autopsy report came back stating that the child had air in his lungs and that there was evidence of hemorrhage consistent with hypoxia. The high school senior was arrested May 10th, 2023, and charged with first-degree murder, tampering with evidence. She's entered a plea of not guilty to both charges and was released pre-trial, attending her prom but not her high school graduation ceremony. The DA's case relies on the alleged confession that Trevizo made, as well as surveillance video inside the hospital showing her enter and exit the bathroom. New Mexico's 5th Judicial District Court ruled just before trial that Trevizo's alleged confession and all the video of her inside the hospital would not be admissible at trial because it was protected under doctor-patient privilege. Lawyers for the state challenged that ruling in a brief filed with the New Mexico Supreme Court, who just heard arguments in this case last week. Her murder trial is on hold while lawyers for both sides await the Supreme Court's ruling, while the wrongful death suit is currently on track to head to trial sometime next year. Now, hold on one second. Let me find y'all again. I mean, that's the most insane thing I've ever heard. I can't believe they actually won that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, not officially, but that it made it all the way up to the Supreme Court, right? It's like, what? So, let me click this other one because now I want to see what they said about that. Please hold. Okay. Please hold your call at support. Okay. They put the hearing is on here, but it's like it's too long to listen to, but we might do like a morning time live chat or whatever and do that. But I'll post it if we do. Okay, so hold on. So we're just going to jump down to here. So they're going to talk about the Supreme Court's ruling. So this ruling affected, and this is another article by People, this ruling effectively destroyed the prosecution's case against Trevizo, and the state soon filed a brief for the Supreme Court arguing that conversations the teenager had in her hospital room with her mother and medical staff while in the presence of law enforcement should be admissible. The defense team successfully argued in front of the district court that Trevizo had not been read her Miranda rights prior to having those conversations. But Assistant Solicitor General Thomas said on Thursday, September 4th, that she did not need to be Mirandaized because police were not interviewing her at that time. Okay. Trevizo also waived any privilege when she made statements in the presence of her mother and law enforcement agents, argued the state in the brief. Defense lawyers also argued in front of the district court successfully again that her rights were violated when members of law enforcement wearing body cameras entered a room where she was receiving medical treatment. In their brief, the state said that Trevizo was not under arrest or restraint when she made that admission, and that the exchange between Trevizo and her physician did not rise to the level of police interrogation. Thomas also noted on Thursday that Trevizo was free to leave that room at any time and was not being held there by police, prompting one of the justices to ask if the teenager would have known that given the number of law enforcement members present, as well as the armed police officers who later stood guard outside the door to help in her hospital room. At this time, the initial reports by staff reporting a possible crime to police are the only evidence from the hospital that is admissible in the case. This could all change once the Supreme Court issues its ruling, though. Her lawyer argued on Thursday that reversing the district court decision could have wide implications that could effectively violate the privacy rights of all individuals seeking medical treatment in the state. This is so, this is so specific, right? Like in this instance, for all of this to take place, I'm kind of speechless. Okay, so we already did that. We already did this. We already did that. We did boom, 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 boom. I just skip it down. Okay. Hold on, let me scroll down and see if there's anything more. The brief. Yep. In their brief, the state also tried to get the district court's ruling on security camera footage reversed by arguing that the video of the hallway was of a public place accessible in the hospital to others without any patient-physician privilege. Trevizo maintained that the baby was stillborn and after receiving treatment was allowed to go home and continue with their school year until the autopsy report came back showing the child had air in his lungs. According to prosecutors, that finding is inconsistent with the claim that Trevizo allegedly made to the hospital staff when she said the baby was not breathing. She was arrested, charged with first-degree murder. Okay, they did this, they did this. The judge also allowed her to. Okay, yeah. So yeah, of course she claims her innocence. So if they can't use, and again, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. If they can't use any of that evidence, I guess this is my thing. Then, like, I'm trying to think of like what a jury would look like. So if you're going in there and it's like you can't use the evidence where she said it came out of me, or nothing was breathing, or whatever. So I guess if you took it to trial from the state's perspective and you can't use the video, you can't use any of that, I guess my thing would be, are they allowed to sit here and say she went to the like, what would even come out in trial then? You see what I'm saying? Like, would they be able to even say she went into the hospital for this, she had a baby there, and she left without said baby and claimed that the baby was stillborn? Here was the baby was found. Pretend they took her statements out. So she's saying, oh, the baby was stillborn and we found the baby in the thing and the garbage. I guess I'm gonna, what could they really try? Like, I mean, besides like, I don't know the proper term. I mean, I just feel like even without that, and you put that up there, I mean, what do you think a jury's going to say? They're going to be like, yeah, hello, this is probably what happened. This is the wildest situation. So Alexee's case has been on pause for so long, and will probably continue to be. It will be crazy. Oh, Elaine, thank you for the super chat. I went into complete denial when I was pregnant. Luckily, my mom called into it and supported me through my baby. Oh, that is amazing, Elaine. That is awesome. You have an amazing mom. Yeah, pardon me. AC says baby had air in his lungs. To me, that's what matters. And see, so then my question would be this: could they take all her statements out, right? Pretend like we can't use her statements, any of that. That's fine. She went into the hospital and had a baby, and she put the baby in the trash can in the bathroom. 3 months later, we discovered through an autopsy that the baby had air in his lungs. So we arrested her for murder. We can't say she confessed. We can't say any of this stuff. I mean, to me, and again, I don't know how that part works, but to me, I'm like, okay, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty clear what happened. But then it's like her word against that. But to me, I'm like, well, they had the autopsy. I don't see, this one's going to be fascinating. So we'll see. Good night, puppy Dan. I hope you sleep well. Pardon me. Okay, now let's move on over. Oh, Courtney. Oh, Courtney Clenney. Courtney Clenney. So, Courtney Clenney, if you're unfamiliar with her, this is another case that has gone on for years, okay? She, air quotes, allegedly, killed her boyfriend, Christian. She claims it was self-defense. Other things would show otherwise. This was the OnlyFans model, pretty viral police interview. This was very sensational when it took off. You had like her name. This is down in Miami. You had her neighbors talking about, no, I've seen it through the window, him like coming after her or whatever. Well, more and more and more evidence over the years has been released. And when I say evidence, it's like videos of her behavior towards him, like beating him up in a, hey, Peachy Keen, thank you. Beating him up in the elevator, going on photo shoots, like crazy stuff, right? So she said that she threw the knife and it just happened to basically like, hit him, whatever, okay? When they got her, they came to the house, whatever. She was obviously incredibly emotional, probably been up for several days. It was very dramatic. So this case has been going on and on and on. She got out, then she was rearrested. Parents got drama with them. It's just a messy case. And a lot of people have gotten involved in it over the years, and it's honestly just taken away from the victim. So, anyways, we're going to do. Wait, I gotta do this. Please help. I said, hey, welcome to the Sofa Squad. Yeah, major anger issues. I don't believe her. I think that she killed her. I think that they had a fight. They fought, it sounds like, all the time. Okay. And I think she got a fight. She grabbed the knife and she killed him. Do I think that she meant to? I think in that moment she was raging, and she was like, oh God, I killed him. And now there's a consequence for it. And I don't want to pay it. Right. I mean, I think that's exactly what happened.
From Selly. Now, she claims in Florida, Courtney Clenney's attorneys have filed a motion to dismiss. Clenney, who went by the name Courtney Taylor on social media platforms like OnlyFans, is charged with murdering her boyfriend, Christian Abumseli. Now, she claims she acted in self-defense. This motion for dismissal comes after the lead prosecutor withdrew from her case in May, and Clenney's attorneys asked the judge to disqualify the entire Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office from her murder trial.
Hold on. Hey, sorry. So, yeah. I don't know what to say. So let me go over here because I want to look one thing up about her. Courtney Clenney. Shoo-ba-doo. Please help. No, we don't want all that. Let's see what this is. Okay, hold on. So over here, they filed a motion to dismiss criminal charges against her client, second-degree murder, April 2022. So yeah, 3 years ago. Okay, they allege the prosecutors unfairly assessed sensitive documents belonging to the defense team. They claim the documents lay out the entire defense strategy, and the prosecution should not have seen it. The motion alleges that the sensitive documents also include data from outside the scope of the investigation, including content from the iCloud accounts of Clenney's parents. Yeah, they got themselves involved in this too. I just want to see down here earlier this year. Checklist of things to do. Yep. Anyway, up here it says, in addition, Clenney's lawyers say the state accessed privileged communications between attorneys Frank and Sabrina and their clients Courtney Clenney, Kim Clenney, and Deborah Clenney, which occurred after Courtney's incarceration. These communications took place in a group text titled Team Courtney, involving the lawyers, the paralegal, investigator, and Kim and Deborah Clenney and Courtney Clenney prior to her arrest. The Team Courtney chat included discussions about witness testimony, defense witnesses, expert witnesses, financial obligations, and defense theories, along with the defense's thoughts and opinions on the case. Honey, he's taking that money. He's got the mom, the dad charged. I mean, they got it. He's like, just keep on, give me that money. Yeah, we're going to get your little girl out. Just write me that check. You can see it coming from a mile away. You know what I'm saying? You can see it coming from a mile away every time. Doing that little Donna Adelson number on them. Okay. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Hold on, let me get back to my little thing here. Wait. We're not looking at all that Lori Daybell now. Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. Okay. In addition, the defense claims that prosecutors committed a Youngblood violation when they failed to disclose the fact that evidence that could have helped Clenney's case was destroyed. The evidence that was destroyed was a series of photographs taken by a civilian witness, who was the first person to respond to Clenney's apartment after she called 911 the night that her boyfriend died. He, who took pictures of the scene before the arrival of EMS, stated in a deposition that responding officers ordered him to delete all recordings of the scene. Clenney's attorneys argue that those photos and videos could have helped their case. For example, they might have preserved Clenney's first words upon the arrival of help, as well as raw footage of the scene before it was adulterated by the arrival of police and fire rescue. Her attorneys argue that the photos might have depicted blood splatter evidence that would have been helpful to the defense. Clenney's attorneys called state's actions deliberate and accused the prosecution of being more concerned about victory than justice or adhering to rules. They said their client and others involved with the case, such as Clenney's parents, aren't certain they'll receive a fair trial. Thus, they believe the charges should be dropped altogether. Clenney was jailed awaiting trial since August 2022 when she was arrested in Hawaii and extradited to Miami. There's something about Hawaii. What's up with that now? They love to run off to Hawaii, don't they? Love going there. Hold on. She should have gone to Vietnam. She should have pulled a Donna. She should have pulled herself a Donna now. Okay, please help. Where did... Here we go. Okay, y'all. Let me find you again. Okay, y'all. So we are going to venture into the world of Chad Daybell for a moment. Okay. So many of you have emailed me about this. So we'll probably do a dedicated live chat to this because it's that extensive or whatever. Chad Daybell, you already know who he is. Brian Koberger's roommate, let's just call him that, right? Absolutely deserve each other. I hope that they can live together. Okay, so he's been like through his daughter Emma posting stuff on, well, she's posting it for him, obviously, on a website. Okay, this, that, and the other, and all this type of stuff. So I want to glance through it because I have waited to look through it to do it first with y'all. I mean, obviously I went to the website, but I was like, I'm not going to even click on it yet. I'm going to make a video for the main channel on it. But we're just going to glance through it here. And like I said, we're not going to go deep into him because it's pretty, I mean, it's Chad. He's got a lot to say. Okay. He's got a lot to say. I'm sorry, Peachy. Oh yeah, Nick. So yeah, so the video on Nick Casodas is tomorrow. And it's his time in the stand where he tries to explain himself. And then I figured what we would do is the Supreme Court has not yet decided on what's her name, on Alexee. We'll do a live chat during the week to look at like a revisiting evil, and we'll do what do you call it? Just be nice. Where is the full interrogation of Luis Riviera? If anybody knows, let me know or email me. We'll look at the defense. So what I did is I did a pre-recorded video of Nick being questioned by his attorney, because you know how that goes, where it's like it's allowing him to tell his story. It's infuriating. Hey, feeding it is absolutely infuriating because it's so ridiculous. Okay, so I figured we would do the defense the state questioning him for a live chat revisiting Evil Vibe because it's shorter as well. Okay, so Mr. Daybell, aren't you swell? Letters from Chad. Welcome to the Letters from Chad. This website features letters uncensored and unfiltered, written by Chad Daybell from his cell on death row. All contained opinions are his. He receives no financial compensation. Maybe a honey bun. Wouldn't it be funny if they had a little thing right here? If you would like to donate a honey bun or perhaps a soup, here's the button for it. Can you imagine? Okay, there you go. Letter number 2. What would y'all do if the first letter was he read Lori to filth? Okay, I'm talking. He read her to filth. Okay. Like I knew it. I knew it. Okay, I knew it. Okay, here we go. So letter number 1. The voice for Chad is that of I've seen everything there is in life to see, and I'm completely unimpressed. Right? Like that look in the dead look in someone's eyes, and the hello, I've seen everything there is to see, and nothing excites me anymore. Oh my God. So we're just going to go through this first one here, okay? Because I'm like, really? He said all that? But again, it's Chad Paul. Hold on. I'll slip into Chad voice at first, but then I'm going to talk normal just to speed it up because it'll take us all day, okay? Where are we at? Okay. Hello, my friends. This is Chad Daybell writing to you from my cell in Idaho's maximum security institution. This is the first of several letters I will send. I want to thank everyone who sent me cards and letters while I have been incarcerated. Your kind words of support really helped me. I cherished each one. I arrived here at the prison in June 2024, and I suppose you could say I've settled in. As for death row itself, I won't be sharing details about my daily schedule or information about my fellow inmates. As the newest arrival on death row, it isn't my place to talk about such things. It really is a different world in here, but I'm surviving. And I spend a lot of time working on my upcoming appeals. To pause there for a second. So he thinks he can get out. Bless his heart. That was like that whole like bless her heart. She like Donna saying, I think she really thought she could go home. I think she had to hold a Harvey woman the car up. Okay. Where are we at? I express my gratitude to each of you who have been a part of my life. While I was in the Fremont County Jail, I spent thousands of hours in an isolation cell. I wasn't allowed to have a clock, and it often felt like time stood still. During those challenging days, I would reflect on my life, working forward from childhood to more recent years. And as memories came to me, I would write down the names of the people who had been positive influences in my life. I felt strengthened as I remembered my extended family members, neighbors, co-workers, schoolmates, business associates, church members, and friends I've been privileged to know. You have all enriched my life in so many ways. I'm using this method to share my story because I want you to receive it uncensored, unfiltered, raw. Just joking, he didn't say raw. Directly from me. I am aware of how I have been portrayed in the media, and frankly, those portrayals of me are unrecognizable. I am not the man the media has created. I'm not a cult member who should be feared. I am I am not a conspirator or a killer. I never have been. I'm a father, a grandfather, a husband, a son, a brother, and a friend with a firm faith in the gospel of Jesus Christ that likes to go deep inside the portal. I'm just joking. He didn't say that portal part. Okay. I'm going to read normal now to get through it, okay? Because it's like literally triggering me. Okay, I can't right now. Okay, Bush, thank you so much. I appreciate the 10 memberships. Okay, here we go. I've recently been able to have a few in-person visits with several of my family members. Red flag central number 1. That's me saying that. And those have been wonderful. I'll always be grateful for the unconditional love and support those family members have given me. When people find out that my relatives have visited me, they usually ask them, how has he changed? My relatives give the same response. He hasn't changed. He's the same Chad we always knew. So dry, boring, and murderous is how I'm interpreting that. People are surprised by that answer after hearing a different story for so long. I am still the quiet, gentle person you all know. I have always been a peacemaker, even now in prison. I've never caused anyone's death and never conspired to commit such acts against anyone. I share in your sadness and pain and grief over the deaths of Tammy and Tylee and, well, JJ. I don't have all the answers even now, but I'm grateful for a more complete story will be shared during my appeals process. Okay, so pause right there for a second. Thanks, Peachy Keen. Y'all, so according to Chad and Lori, okay, and this is just how it goes, right? We don't know how all these people died. It's I don't know how. I didn't do it. Okay. That's what they each say. I didn't do it. Now, again, we all theorized on this. And again, if you remove emotion, like look at it from a lawyer standpoint, let's say, of like how lawyers can present the case, it only makes sense for them to blame Alex. Even though there's all this evidence, whatever, like again, we're going to suspend reality for a minute or whatever. Pretend that you are them. It only makes sense to blame Alex because he's dead. I mean, in my opinion, killed him, but whatever. Regardless, somehow the man's dead. Okay. So it only makes sense for him to say that. So absolutely dying to see what he tries to say in his appeal. I absolutely want to know. Okay, let's finish this up. During my court trial, I followed my attorney's advice to sit quietly, not smile, and not show any emotion as evidence was presented. Now, here's the thing, y'all. That's his natural, like, probably also, I mean, any attorney is going to say, don't smile, don't do this, but especially for Chad because he's such a doofus. And I think that he probably just has like a natural, like, hey, kind of like a doofus, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's up? Where's Lori? That kind of a thing or whatever. I mean, we saw the trial. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay. I know this is standard protocol for defendants in the courtroom, but I realize now that it made me appear to be cold and uncaring, which is the opposite of who I am. I assure you my heart was breaking many times throughout the trial. There were moments I couldn't hold back the tears, especially as I saw and heard family members suffering the same feelings of anguish that I was experiencing. A key purpose of these letters is to share with you what I had hoped would have been explained in court. I will strive to make each letter informative and worth your time. I fully realize many people will never change their negative opinion of me. In the age of social media, podcast, and the merging of the mainstream media with law enforcement, very few defendants are portrayed in a positive way. All I can hope for is that these letters can begin to generate feelings of healing, reconciliation, and understanding. Thanks again, my friends, for the many ways you've helped inspire me throughout my life. Now he's going to tell us about his bookshelf. He says bookshelf. He says, when I attended Springville, how much y'all want to bet before I even read into it? Do we think the man's going to try and not sell books about the case, but sell books like, Graveyard Worker Part 5? Okay. Like there's going to be a grift some way with this. Now, right now, the grift could be as basic as trying to get out of prison. Okay. It could be just as basic as that. Hold on. So anyways, he says this. When I attended Springville Junior High in the early 1980s, I enrolled in a woodshop class. The instructor said we could build anything we wanted, so I decided to make a bookshelf. I designed it myself, and it was about 5 feet high with several, shelves. I was pleased with how it turned out, and over the past 4 decades, that sturdy bookshelf has become our family's most enduring piece of furniture. Beds, sofas, tables, and recliners, they've all come and gone. But that bookshelf, it's made every move with us. And my son now has possession of it. Our family's favorite books have resided on those shelves throughout the years. And I'm eager to share the significance of those books in the upcoming letters. Now, for a low introductory price of $9.99. Just joking, I didn't say that. Okay. One of the most important books I have ever read is Life Everlasting by Dwayne Crowther. It was one of the first books placed on my new bookshelf. Wait, hold on. Okay. Where is it? Okay. It was one of the first books placed in my new bookshelf after I discovered the book as a teenager. The book examines eyewitness accounts of more than 200 individuals who have ventured into the spirit world and returned to tell their experiences. It is LDS themed, but the truths that contain apply to everyone. I will be sharing quotes from it many times in upcoming letters. If you have any interest in where we came from before birth, why we are here on earth, and where we go after death, Life Everlasting provides those answers. The book was first published in the 60s, but Dwayne released an excellent updated version in 2008 with 5 additional chapters. I would recommend that version. You can access it here. I just want to click it to see where that goes to. Okay. Okay. It goes to Amazon. Oh, wait, I don't know if this is for me. I feel like it's like they get money from this. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but you know what I'm saying? There's a grift in here somewhere, I'm telling you. Okay. There's a grift. Anyway. This weird fetish thing with books. It's very Julie Rowe coded. Very Julie Rowe coded. Okay. Okay, so next, musical note. Let's just call it mixtape. Chad Daybell mixtape. Okay. Musical notes. I love all kinds of music, and in my upcoming letters, I will sometimes mention songs that have been the soundtrack to my life, rather than disrupting the flow of the letter by discussing a song's importance to me. At that point, I will include these musical notes afterward to give added meaning and depth. Most of my memories are tied to specific songs that had an influence on me. However, during my first 3 years in the Fremont County Jail, I rarely heard music. It was a genuine hardship. Hold on. Since my life had been immersed in music before my incarceration. Then, a few months before my court trial began, the jail staff provided a portable radio I could listen to when I was allowed into the jail's ball court. The court was a concrete rectangle with 20-foot-high walls that usually blocked the sun, but it was nice to breathe some fresh air. There was a giant communication tower directly above the jail that interfered with a radio reception, but if I stood in a certain spot in the ball court and held the radio at a tilted angle, I could hear a few stations. A country station, oldie station, Christian station called K-Love came in the best. At first, I listened to the other 2 stations more often, but as I became more familiar with the K-Love songs and their emphasis on Jesus and uplifting topics, I came to rely on those songs to boost my morale. One song that stood out to me was I'm So Blessed by the group Kane. It's a catchy beat, and the lyrics include the phrase, on my best day, I'm a child of God. On my worst day, I'm a child of God. Those were definitely some of my worst days, but the song helped me remember that the Lord was with me at all times, especially when the going got tough. So if you're having a hard day, just click on the link and hopefully the song lifts your spirits. I'm not going to click on it because it'll start playing music and they'll not like that. And that's that whole letter right there. So yeah. Now he has several ones, and again, we're not going to go into them all right now. I'll do a separate video where like it's hit some highlights maybe, because I about the author. My God, I got to click that. I can't roll my eyes. Hold on. Let me share this with y'all. I can't with this. It's like the comedy writes itself. Hold on. Look at that. Look at his picture. That eternally shocked look. This website is dedicated to letters to friends and family posted on behalf of Chad Daybell. Uploads are planned for every Monday and Thursday. All opinions are Chad's. He's received no financial compensation from the letters on this website or on social media platforms. He's currently incarcerated, but is able to write these letters through a process that enables them to be posted. I mean, hold on. There you are. Here's my thing with what he's trying to do. This is my opinion, non-professional. Do with that what you will. Number one, he's trying to minister, and I'm using that word like whatever. Okay. He's trying to do what Chad does. He's trying to still do his thing. I think his kid, or we know Emma, goes and sees him. And, I think I've heard she's a connection between him and Lori and whatever. I just think he's trying to do the same stuff that Chad did. He's just trying to get like his fan base going, and putting this stuff out there. I think that him and Lori both need to think that they're still like these, we're leading we're the 144. Yeah. Cult leader. Yeah. Thank you. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just doing what Chad does. It will get I'm sure by the last letter, it's even more unhinged. Yeah, because again, starting out, and this is my thing too. I'm like, okay, in the letter, you say you're working on an appeal and you want to get the truth out there. Why on earth, if you think that you're going to get out, like, hey, I'm going to do an appeal, I'm going to do this, why would you even put anything out there like that? Even saying, I didn't do it. You know what? I did what my lawyer said, and that didn't work. I mean, I was emotional. I didn't, whatever. Any lawyer is going to say, immediately take that down. Immediately take that down. I would personally think, hold on. Because again, well, whatever. It's like I was going to say he can't be accountable because he's trying to do an appeal. See, he's more serious about trying to get out, I think. Well, I'm comparing him to Lori. You know what I mean? Please help. Make sure nothing's falling apart here. Okay. Crafting says, hey, Crafton, how are you doing? He doesn't understand an appeal because no new information can come in during an appeal. Yeah, so it's like, Emily says he wants off the death penalty. Yeah. He's tired of hanging out with what's his name? Brian Koberger. He's like, I've run out of things to talk about with Brian. He stays up all night cleaning and doing odd little things. I'm not really friends with him anymore. It's just, Lori's just more of a spectacle. Like we see kind of like what her grift was, right? She's just out there causing drama. So Lauren says he's 100% trying to write the new Visions of Glory and gain a new cult following. 100%. Yeah, same grift as Julie Rowe. Yeah, absolutely agree. Yeah, 100%. Him and Lori, if they could go down in history with like leaving a mark behind similar to Visions of Glory, like here's the story of Lori and this is what happened on night 13, they would be in hog heaven. It would be all worth it to them the whole time screaming. But see, again, they're pretending, at least via Lori, where it's like the whole thing where they've removed themselves from any accountability with the kids and Tammy and Alex, all these people, right? I don't know. Yeah, Julie was the one that had the crazy hair during the interview, amongst other things, right? So, yeah, so I'm going to head out. That was all the little updates I wanted to go over. I'm exhausted. And thanks, Noah. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go to bed, get up early, and continue unpacking and getting all settled and doing all the fun things. So that is it. It was good seeing y'all. I'll be letting y'all know like the live schedule for the rest of the week. The weekend, this weekend, the movers come, so it'll kind of, we won't be doing something Thursday, Friday is what I'm getting at, but maybe Sunday and then maybe before them to go over stuff and whatnot. So, Mod, thank you for being here and keeping the cushions loved. I do appreciate you. And Sofa Squad, it was good seeing you. I missed you. I'm glad we got some laughs in. This was so needed. It has been a very long several days. So that's it. I love y'all. I will talk to you soon. And that's it. Y'all have a good evening. And we will close out with Mr. Slow Morrison's Ode to the Sofa. Y'all have sweet dreams, and I'll see you soon.
The pillows are fluffed thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough. join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Perp's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Ooh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.